What a day of tennis we've had in Rome. We've had Jannik Sinner with another huge statement. We've had Landaluce. He's back in a Masters again doing well. Novak Djokovic, his stay was short as Prizmic dispatched him. And on the women's side, Iga's back. She's defeated Osaka in dominant fashion. And Rybakina, she's looking damn good too.
That's right, we're back for another episode. And as you say, the big story, Novak Djokovic. Is it the end? We're not going to see him until Roland Garros now. He's not picked up a win on the clay. Is he that bothered? Probably not, as long as he does well at Roland Garros. He'll be targeting Wimbledon, where I think he probably has a better chance. And then Jannik Sinner, you touched on it just then. He's just doing incredible things. Of course, in an event without Carlos Alcaraz, Italians historically have not done very well at Rome, and he's trying to make history. He's got 30 wins in a row at a Masters event, trying to break the record of Novak Djokovic, which is 31. Probably will do that in the next few matches because it looks like without Carlos Alcaraz about, there's nobody who can really stop Jannik Sinner. I'm not sure who the next best is. I feel looking at Arthur Fees on the clay courts, he's been good, but that injury killing him, unable to continue. Hopefully he's going to be okay for Roland Garros. You've got Hadar. He's good, but he's faced up against Sinner in the last one. Not at that level. And I'm really struggling to see anyone who I think can challenge him.
Yeah, there's no one on paper in the draw in Rome that I'm looking at that is a real challenge. And we're putting up on the screen now, Dino Prizmic. He's the guy who knocked out Novak Djokovic. His
Good player.
Yeah, brilliant player. We remember him.
And Medvedev. Him and Medvedev, I think, have been two good standouts.
Medvedev had a very good win. Obviously beat João Fonseca. That was an impressive win, and then followed that up with an equally good win against Navone as well. Two fantastic clay court players. Prizmic, this was a match which it was sort of made for him, really. You're playing up against Novak Djokovic, who's coming onto a clay court, not played any tennis really for ages, it seems. Not in any sort of form, but still managed to muster up a match where he managed to win a set. And Prizmic, we know how good he is from when he played Djokovic that time before. He played him at the Slam. He looked good, and Djokovic applauded him off the court on that day. And we thought he'd come back and he'll be in a big tournament again. And it looks like this is the one. And I think playing Djokovic and getting the win has given him the confidence to go on. Now he's just beaten Humbert, and now next up, he's going to be playing Karen Khachanov, which I think is another winnable match.
Yeah, certainly. I think the draw's been quite favourable. I mean, Djokovic's draw wasn't bad at all. Let's be fair. He just seems like his level's not quite there. I mean, the first set he was great and then just fell away. But really, I don't see him as a massive contender now. I think the big talking point is, are we going to see him compete in the Slams? Because with these Masters events, we're not really expecting it. But the Slams, we still are expecting some level. Let's not forget, he's beaten Jannik Sinner in a Grand Slam this year in Australia, which seems like a crazy long time ago, but super impressive. Looking at the fantasy, I don't know if you had a look at that. Of course, neither of us had Djokovic. We both had Jannik Sinner, who's getting some points. And I just want to give a shout out to Team Malaya, who in the Game to Love League is number 1 for Rome right now. Oh, wow. And the good picks they've had is there's got a team of Sinner, Darderi, Musetti, Lehechka, and Ruud. Lehechka's lost, Kaboli's lost. Sorry, I should have said Kaboli as well. But the good one is picking Darderi, Musetti, Ruud, Sinner. Them 4 doing really well right now. I know you've got 3 of them in Sinner, Darderi, Musetti. So that's why you're beating me currently. But I do have Casper Ruud, who, if he beats Musetti, I think will really swing this event big time.
Yeah, so it's a brilliant matchup. And both of them came through really tough matches and came through really convincingly. Musetti beat Cerundolo. That was sort of a differentiator between us two, wasn't it? You had Cerundolo, I had Musetti. And I thought Lehechka might be able to trouble Ruud, but he absolutely blitzed him. Did it so easily. In my mind, a straight sets win over Lehechka right now is not easy. And Casper Ruud coming into form, as he always does, as Roland Garros approaches.
Yeah, but the big match is going to be this Ruud Musetti. What do you think about
Yeah.
that? Because whoever wins that, I think, has got a good chance of winning this out of me and you, for Rome anyway.
Yeah, they really do. It's tough. I mean, Ruud's beaten him twice on
Like, who's
clay.
favourite, for example? I
I would
mean,
say probably Ruud.
yeah,
Yeah, he
Ruud
is
is favourite.
1.5, which is quite heavy, but having the Italian
Generous.
crowd on your side, I think, is going to help in this one. Casper Ruud, I know he's the Iceman, but I think Musetti, when he's got the Italians behind him, he's seen when he gets the crowd on his side, he just plays to another level. And I think he will be embracing the facts that it's in Italy, in Rome. It's the 3-setter for me, this one, but we're still really tough to call. I think, I don't know. I've got Musetti in my team, and I'm really favouring the Italians at this event. But it's really difficult to pick against Ruud when he's in form on clay.
Yeah, that's a super tight one. Not much between them
No,
at
nothing.
all. With Jannik Sinner, can Zverev stop him? Probably not. I feel like he's just. It does feel like what we're seeing is history. And let's go back to that a second, because against Poprin, how quick was the
Oh,
match? Like a ridiculous match. It just killed him.
so just
6-2,
absolutely.
6-love. The backhand, the most impressive shot with a 9.5 shot quality. And if you go up, I think he just missed one backhand the whole match.
That's it's
Yeah,
just
average backhand speed 79 mile an hour, which is higher than the tour average for the forehand top spin. So his backhand was higher than the average
poor.
forehand, and I think he just lost 1 point off his backhand. It was just sublime.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a lot better than Djokovic's numbers on the backhand, 'cause I think it's a little bit more attacking as well.
Let's put this into perspective as well, this victory, because in the last round, I thought that Mensik was going to defeat Poprin, and he just beat Mensik in the last
I
round,
know.
Poprin. And look what happens when you come up against Sinner. Literally no chance at all. It's just another game. It's another sport he was playing out there on court
Yeah,
today.
but do you realise what he's doing in the tennis, like, world, if you zoom out a little bit? I've just sent you a stat now, like a graphic, was quite cool, because
Okay.
it shows, like, this last, well, few decades, it's been really tough to put this amount of wins together in a Masters event. I mean, Djokovic is the record in 2011, started
Wow.
at Indian Wells, ended at Cincinnati, 31 matches. Sinner currently with the record, in second place. I reckon he can get the record. Started in Paris. And then before that, you've got 2014, 2005, 2013, 2013. And it's obviously the big three: Federer, Djokovic, Nadal. Nadal, as much as he was amazing on the clay courts and in the Masters events, he only managed 23. I say only, still an incredible
Mm.
number, but 23. Sinner's got 30. Like, you could put this as this is a ridiculous achievement so far.
Yeah, and I think
If he
one of
wins
the
this, he'll take the record.
I think one of the standout things there, which you have to look at, is the fact that he's on 30, where Djokovic was on 30. They both started their run in Paris, but then Djokovic ended his one in Montreal, which is much further around in the year, isn't it? Whereas Jannik Sinner is only at Rome at the moment, and it could
No.
easily surpass it. Which I think that's the craziest thing about the stats for me for Sinner is it's not the fact that he's done 30 in a row. It's the fact that apart from the Australian Open this year and what was it, the tournament after, he's been pretty much flawless
Yeah.
throughout the rest of the season. Scary for everybody. And now no Alcaraz, it's like he gets a free hit. He just gets to go out there and just pick up a few
Just bully
titles.
everyone.
It's literally bullying. Like, what else is it? If you go out on a court, he's a professional tennis player who's just beaten one of the best young players on tour in Jakub Mensik, and then he comes up against Jannik Sinner, and he's like he's a 5-year-old on court or something playing against him. It's like playing against his dad or something. It's bizarre how easily he was able to beat Poprin. I mean, you've spoken with Popper, we met him in person
Yeah.
before. I think he's a very promising young talent. Got loads of
Yeah.
tools. A brilliant server against the best returner in the game. You see that serve means nothing, doesn't it?
Yeah, and ahead of Roland Garros, I mean, difficult to look past him with no Alcaraz as well. But
Oh,
on the women's, we've been feeling like Sabalenka's been someone else equally dominant, but
wow.
she went out. So it just goes to show that anything can happen. And that was a massive surprise. So Steyer beating Sabalenka. She's then followed it up with another ridiculous win against my top 10 player, Noskova, which isn't nice for me. She's 36 years old into the Rome quarterfinal for the first time, playing some good tennis. Sestao, did you see that happening against Sabalenka?
No chance. That's the
No.
thing. I just thought Sabalenka, yeah, she's just going to be cruising through, probably up until at least the semi-finals. But Sestaya is such a crazy player. On her day, she's actually done all right this year. She won, didn't she, at home in Romania? She won a tournament and has had some good results. But I never saw this coming. No, I mean
It,
Sabalenka's that much better.
but it was a combination of two things. Sabalenka really does only lose when she plays not at her best. Because if she
Mm,
did play her best, she wins this match still, despite how well Sestaya's playing. Sabalenka was, for her level, subpar. But
mm.
just put in the reason I think this is nice to segue after Sinner. It just does go to show, like, as much as a player looks unplayable, indestructible, like they're not going to drop a set, let alone lose. Anything can happen. This is tennis. This is a sport at the top level, and Sinner looks like he's going to walk it, but you never really know.
You don't, but I feel that he seems slightly more indestructible than Sabalenka,
I'm not sure if
unfortunately.
I got before this. Maybe not. I mean, have you seen how many matches Sabalenka's lost this year?
Well, yeah,
She's been pretty
exactly.
good.
She's been pretty good. She lost to
He
Baptiste.
lost
You
it
got to
to
remember in
Rabakina.
Madrid.
Yeah, the Baptiste one was a bit strange, and then obviously a few to Rabakina was a little one to Rabakina.
Yeah,
Um,
she's been very good, but it's still that.
Maybe not Sinner level then.
It's not Sinner level. I mean, the same. We don't have the same stats board like this one
No,
just popping
definitely
up
not.
for
No.
Sabalenka, and we're not saying, oh, if Rabakina's not on tour, then she goes and wins every tournament or something like that. I mean, obviously, there's more people who could probably win on the women's side than there is on the men's right now. Coco Gauff might come to the forefront. Iga looks good again. That's another person that we should really speak about because it used to always be Iga
This
is
was her
and
tournament.
Rome. Yeah, it's hers. It was a guaranteed thing. Iga would come in, Iga would win. And that was the one thing I was really happy about today. I think if we wind back a few years, when she played Osaka, when she was feeling herself and always that eager we knew, she would batter Osaka like 1-1 or 1-2, and that was what we got today. And domination against Osaka, and she'll be really happy about that. Considering she nearly lost to her at Roland Garros,
Yeah, true.
nearly to get that like domination asserted back again. Look, I'm the queen of the clay. You can go back to your hard courts. I'll see you on there where you can actually challenge me. And it's nice to see Iga actually playing her best tennis again. We needed it, I think, on the women's tour.
Yeah, and on paper now we've got a really top draw for the quarterfinals.
Mm,
I mean, if Sabalenka would have made it, then you could probably say all of the big hitters have made it to this stage. But we've got Sestaya, Ostapenko, we know how good she can be,
yeah.
Coco Gauff, Mir Andreeva, Jess Pegula, Iga, Svitolina, Rabakina. It's a crazy field out there. Some big players. As much as you're saying Iga looks back, I think the standout aside from Sabalenka has been Rabakina. She's been the
Yeah.
closest to Saba, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like Iga. This is a great performance. We know what she can do on the clay courts, but it's just not been enough this year. I don't know if she's going to maintain it now.
Well, that's the one big problem,
Rabakina has
isn't it?
maintained it.
It's the Achilles heel, isn't it? And unfortunately for her, Rabakina, if she wins this next match against Pagula, more than likely it's going to be Rybakina next. If she beats Svitolina, I expect her to probably beat her. She's been dispatching of her opponents fairly comfortably. I mean, I know we were speaking about it yesterday, going, where's Pliskova suddenly come from? She's suddenly come out of the darkness all of a sudden, and then come back into tennis and suddenly winning matches at
Well, a
Masters
few
again.
nice draws.
Yeah, possibly. But then you come up and it's almost like she's pop-rinned it against Sinner. This is more like the style we'd expect, really, from the top players on the tour. And she destroyed Pliskova, not even close. And this is the difference between the golfing class, between the top players and players who, like you say, had a nice draw up until this match and then taught a lesson.
Yeah, so with the men's, I'm just looking at the draw here. We're obviously a round behind because we've not got all the quarterfinals.
No.
At the bottom, it's quite fascinating to look at, and I want to highlight these players and these matches to get your thoughts, because we've got Darderi Zverev, and the winner of that will play Hadar Tien.
Yeah,
that is a nice little section. Do you think one of them? That's where the best chance of beating Sinner comes from. One of them guys. Whoever comes out of that, will they be in the final?
I mean, is it sad to say I don't really see another Italian beating Jannik Sinner? So if unfortunately,
so not Darderi,
I don't think Darderi.
Zverev should have enough to beat Darderi, right?
Yeah, I don't see either Darderi or Zverev beating Jannik Sinner, sadly. And I don't really see Lerner TM beating Jannik Sinner at this stage of his career on clay. The only person out of those four I think could give him the best match right now would probably be Hadar, which is crazy to say. It's the youngest one and only just come on the scene. But he's the one who fills me with the most excitement. And I think everybody would actually be like waiting for that next matchup against Sinner. I want to see what he can do again now. Like, has he learned from the first time he played against him? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a crazy player. I mean, these last few weeks, he's beaten who? Dimonor, Fonseca, Capriva, Borges, Analdi. Some decent players. I mean, the TN one would be another, what's the saying? Another feather to the bow?
Feather in his hat. I think that's
Feather
a
in
new
his
one you
hat.
just invented. Another
Whatever
feather
it is,
on his bow that's on his hat.
Yeah, it'll be a great thing if he can do that, because TN's exciting. The odds are crazy though. 1.22. Like Hadar is kind of like, he's giving like Alcaraz prodigy vibes, like with the bookmakers.
They are on the bandwagon.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's second favourite, or he must be third favourite for Roland Garros. I've not checked, but he's got to be up there now.
Let's have a check. Come on, please. We've got to have a look at that now.
What do you reckon before you have a look?
I think you're right. I think
third. It's probably above Djokovic.
I mean, it's wild if he is above Djokovic, but still, it would make sense, though. I can understand that you can look into the mind of the bookies right now and know what they're thinking. They're probably thinking, I think Casper Ruud surely has to be like up there a little bit.
Okay, I've got it. He's actually not. So you've got Sinner, 2-5, Zverev second, 9-1. And then I'd probably put Hadar then, number 3. But instead, you've got Djokovic 16-1, Musetti 20-1. Musetti 20-1 is crazy. Fonseca 25s and Hadar 25s.
I mean, Fonseca.
I think that's good value for Hadar.
I think Hadar's better value than Fonseca. I mean, Fonseca's not really done much like to warrant that. That's just a name that they're putting in there just because it's Fonseca.
I'll tell you what, there's great value in Hadar, Fees and Ruud. 33, 33, 25.
How injured is Arthur Fees, though, is the question.
Zverev is just a disappointment time and time again.
Let's have a look. Gives update. Let's see what the update on the injury is. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
Fees.
Yeah, it was to Italian qualifier Pellegrino, who isn't that the next match of Jannik Sinner, I believe. It says he was playing his first match. Blah, blah, blah. Come on, there's a lot of jargon in there.
I think
he had a stress fracture in his back. Obviously,
right.
That's what he had before. That's when he came back from that injury, and he was amazing, which was crazy. And he said, "Oh yeah," he said, He said it was not a recurrence of the back issue.
Okay.
I felt a pain in my hip during the second game. So there you go, hip pain for Arthur Fees. That's not good. I've got a bit of that as well, but I'm not running around the tennis court 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got him in my fantasy team. I need to make a decision whether to get him out or not.
Yeah, he's in mine and all.
But we'll have to see what happens. I mean, the next event on that is Hamburg. We've got 5 days for the deadline. We'll be doing a deadline ATP fantasy stream for that. And I need to pick my team because I've got some changes and I might make some.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who gets. Does anybody have? Let us know in the comments section as well. Do you have any of these players who are slightly lower in price who have made it through a bit further, like a Landaluce or Medvedev or Tarante? Maybe did anybody have Tarante going this far? I was shocked.
I don't think you can even get them, can you?
Look who Tarante's beaten in this tournament so far. He's beat Norrie and he's beat Caboli. 2 seeds been knocked out. I can't actually believe it. And the only person who's probably shocked me more than that is Basilashvili. Like, where's he come from all of a sudden? He's just beaten Merida Aguilar. Then he beat Ben Shelton. And now he's just beaten Nakashima. Now he's up against Rublev. He's going to beat Rublev next as well.
Basilashvili is 1 token if you want him.
Crazy. If anybody's got Basilashvili, let us know in the comments because that is a wild pick. And I would love it if someone's got him.
I doubt it. I don't think there'll be a single one.
Basilashvili versus Sinner, sign me up. Because if anybody's just going to go all out, it'll be Basilashvili.
Yeah, all out of the tournament.
Love and love. And see you later. I'd like it because he's a bit more of a controversial character. We've seen Rublev versus Sinner time and time again. We know what's going to happen. Can Pellegrino upset Sinner? What do you reckon? He's got nothing to lose, is he?
I think he's pleased that he's made it this far, and that will be that.
Bit lucky. Well, they beat TFO. I say lucky to get past these. TFO
no, it's fantastic. I mean, he said he wasn't expecting to get this far. I mean, his draw wasn't exactly easy, but it doesn't get any easier either. But this is the end of the line for Pellegrino. The last thing before we wrap up, Landaluce, my guy, who I had as the wild card start of the year, he's doing well because he gets quite a few points. Very lucky because he didn't even qualify. And he got in as a lucky loser after going out of the qualification. And now he's jumped 14 places at a new career high. He's 80 in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
one more win and he'll probably fly to about 60th in the world.
Yeah, I don't know, not too sure about what's
65, something like that.
I'm not sure what's going on with what happens with lucky losers, but them getting a bye through the first round is not something I approve of in any tournament, I don't think. And then he beats Cilic.
It's really helped me out.
I know. Well, look at that. I mean, then Bellucci, I mean, not the worst draw, is it? And now Medvedev.
Tough.
I think that's a 50-50.
Oh, man. I mean, you take it at this stage.
Yeah.
You're on a master. I mean, there's a lot of points at stake. If Landaluce can win that,
might have Tarante next. It's going to be playing a challenger, essentially, this whole event. But
don't hate the play, hate the game.
Yeah. Well, the only game I'm hating right now is the fantasy because I'm not doing that great. I'm level with the Carota boys at the moment there.
I think they're top of your team.
I don't think so.
4-3-8. It must have identical teams.
I'm just above this useless one, Trentino. So that's quite good.
2 points.
2 points in it. GTL then above Trentino. Where's JG? Down there with 410.
Yeah, it's all on Ruud for me. Ruud and Hadar.
That's it. Well, we will bring an update. I'm sure, obviously, we've got the quarterfinals there. We're coming up soon, and we can give an update on every single stage of this tournament and who will come out victorious.
That's right. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll be covering all of the action as it happens. Let's see how I get on with the fantasy. You can make sure to join as well. The code 3416-9N0CD. Join the ATP Fantasy League. Game to love. We've got quite a few people in. It'd be great to see how you get on.
That's it. See you on the next one.